The Tesla Cybertruck is officially here, and it is a beast of a truck, except for a couple broken windows.
Oh my fucking god.
It's a truck that only Tesla could have built. And the most exciting part about it is that it's built from the ground up, entirely reimagining what a truck should be. Now I'm gonna get into the specs and the impact that this truck might have on Tesla and the overall market size of pickup trucks, but first let's address the elephant in the room, the truck design. As soon as the Cybertruck rolled up on stage last night, you could sense confusion in the air. Everyone was kind of wondering if this was the real truck. There was a lot of people online who suggested that this was some sort of prank and that the real truck was gonna roll up on stage afterwards. But once that was all dispelled and we realized this is the real Cybertruck, the memes started flooding in. And that's kind of the point of this reveal. Elon was very clear beforehand that this truck would not be for everyone. And he's right, it's not. It is a love it or hate it kind of product, which fits perfectly well with Tesla's existing brand. It's a love it or hate it brand. Elon Musk is a love it or hate it kind of guy. There is just no in between. And perhaps the most underrated thing about the truck is that the design causes everyone to have an opinion of it. There's no way you can look at that truck and go, nah, it's all right. It's either you love it or you hate it. And when it first rolled up on stage, I was not a fan, but it's quickly grown on me. And as I look at it more and I've seen the interior now and I've seen the truck bed, it kind of reminds me of a taller Lamborghini Aventador mixed with a tank. It's got all these angles all over the place and there's no Tesla curves in sight. It's entirely reimagined. And although it looks nothing like any other pickup truck on the road today, it's unmistakably tough. That exoskeleton made of stainless steel that they were using the sledgehammer against, it is going to make every other pickup truck look like it's a cheap toy, as long as they can fix their armored glass issue before production begins. The interior of the truck looks just like the Model 3. It's got that all glass roof and the big iPad display in the center, except there's 6 people that can sit in the car, 3 in the front, 3 in the back, and the truck bed actually has more volume than any other pickup on the market. So Tesla did not compromise on functionality in the name of design. Now let's look at the specs of the vehicle and compare it to the pickup truck market as a whole and the 3 main competitors Tesla's going to face. The global pickup truck market is almost entirely focused in the US, and it really comes down to 3 major competitors. 66% of US pickup truck sales come from either the Ford F-Series, Chevy Silverado, or Ram trucks. And this comes out to $100 billion of revenue per year. Now in contrast, the car market only has 12% of revenues coming from the top 3 manufacturers. So cars are a lot more fragmented than pickup trucks are. And since we only have 3 main pickup truck competitors in America, we can compare them all side by side. As you can see here, Tesla's specs beat all the top 3 trucks today on every single dimension except for range. And that's probably to be expected. The range for Tesla's single and dual motor variants came in about at what I was expecting, but the 3 motor variant, the tri-motor Cybertruck, that came in at about 500 miles of range, which is way more than I expected and almost on par with every other gas truck today. So because Tesla's specs can beat almost every truck today on almost every dimension, and the top 3 trucks in America account for $100 billion of yearly revenue, Tesla can unlock a massive opportunity if they can disrupt some of the existing competitors. And Tesla doesn't even have to win the market. They don't need a 50% market share. They don't need to destroy Ford and GM. Something like a 10% market share would be just fine for the company. Because if we assume a $65,000 to $70,000 average selling price once options are added on, and a 10% market share in the US pickup truck market, that's 300,000 vehicles being sold by Tesla annually. And that roughly equates to $20 billion of revenue, which is about what the Model 3 is doing for the company right now. So it's absolutely fine if this truck remains a niche player in the pickup truck market. It wasn't designed for everyone and it never will be for everyone. But if it serves just 10% of truck buyers, it could be a really successful product. The Cybertruck's also going to have some really fat profit margins. I think that could be as high as 30%. And here's 2 reasons why. First, there's not going to be a lot of international shipping going on. This is a product designed for North America. US and Canada are going to be the primary markets. No shipping overseas, low shipping costs, and 0 tariffs. Second, trucks historically have a higher profit margin than cars. Ford does about 20% gross margins on their F-150, and I think Tesla could be quite a bit higher than that because Tesla's already doing 20+% gross margins on their cars before they've ever even built a truck. But right now, this is a lot of speculation. We'll get a lot more details about vehicle production volume and gross margins as we get closer to production in 2021. But I still want to drive home this idea that Tesla Cybertruck can be successful without destroying Ford or GM, because I think it's important that we really understand this. The Cybertruck was always designed as a niche vehicle. It was a passion project for Elon. He always wanted to build this truck, and he's built it without compromise. And whether you fall into the love it or hate it category, I think we can all appreciate the bold product design and the absolute disregard for the status quo, because that is what is ingrained in Tesla's DNA. Every single product they've built has been a love it or hate it product with lots of people on both sides. Going all the way back to the Roadster, love it or hate it. There's no in between. So it almost wouldn't be true to Tesla's brand if the Cybertruck was not as polarizing as it is. So I, for one, am happy that Tesla chose to go down this path. And while I'm not a truck owner myself, I don't have a need for a truck, I do think this is gonna sell well. Now I wanna know what you guys think of the launch. Did you like it? Did you not like it? If any of you are truck owners, could you ever see yourself driving in one of these things? Leave me a comment down below.